Yes. Hello, YouTube. My name is Karina. I'm your host with this conversation. We'll talk about the technology with the kids. The Talking Talk is a platform with advanced and beginner and intermediate English speakers. I'm not a teacher here. I'm only to get to have a great conversation, but we learn so much with each other. So yes. We'll talk about okay. So let's start the first question. Luis, can you start?
Yes, thank you. Of course. Let's go. What is the importance of technology? Do you think it's necessary that children use it, and why? Well, I think that the importance of the technology, the main importance in my point of view, is to improve our life quality, to get our life better, to bring us better health conditions, to bring us better life quality in general, in any aspect. I think the main importance of technology is to turn our life better, my life and your life. And in the second question, in the number one, do you think it's necessary that children use it? Yes, I do. I don't know why. That's to learn with technology, to learn how to use technology. I think that could be hard to teach this for the children, because sometimes I think that we are learning how to use. I think we are learning, we are in the process of learning of how to use technology. Everything is new for us, for us as human beings, I think, and that's it.
Yes, I agree with you. I think it's important, but it's necessary, especially for kids. But I think it's important to balance, because a lot of technology, I think the children didn't enjoy the whole life. There are things that we have out of your computer, I think it's important.
Yeah.
And about you, Sarah?
Yes, I agree with Luis, because I don't think I can picture my life without technology, But I'd say about the knowledge, because we are always learning something new, like English and other technologies. People are learning how to code, and something that it's really complex with the internet, so it's important. And I would say for the kids, yes, as well, but with limits. We should have limits as adults, let alone the kids, But sometimes it's hard to find this line and to create the rules and make sure the kids are following, not rules like someone who is a dictator, but something to bring balance, to the situation. And I would say, especially with the internet, because there are other types of technology like robots. They have classes. Some kids have classes with robotics, something like this. So it's good for them to learn about technology, but especially the internet, the place where your information is everywhere, and it's also dangerous to, I don't know, meet some people who doesn't have good intentions. So especially online, it should be watched somehow. That's what I think.
Yes. Thank you very much, Sarah, for contribution. And Leo, what about you?
Yeah, I believe it's so much important, the technology in our lives, as we said before, to improve our age to do the things, yeah, to um, facilitate our routines. And then that's why I believe that we have to stay in contact with technology as much as possible, especially studying and trying to uh, engage children to learn how to deal with technology too. Uh, but I also know that maybe today the children are better than us in technology in some a lot of things. Yeah. Um that I believe this will help us so much. We've seen new professions in different fields. For example, the brother of my wife, I forgot how can I say in English, cunhado, yeah. Uh, he's just 15 years old, and he's now studying 3D designer. Yeah, and we've discovering that we're going to see a totally different kind of market in the future. For example, for people who knows how to model 3D for metaverse, for example. Yeah, and this is just one kind of professions. In the past, the children's or the teenagers, the dream of them could be I want to be a policeman or a fireman, or I want to be a doctor or engineering, and now I want to be a 3D designer. Yeah, that's so crazy. Or I want to be a game designer. Well, we're going to see more and more this kind of new fields to explore. Yeah, especially the kids of this age.
Yes, awesome. I agree with you because the internet, I think they create other roles professional that we don't imagine that if it is this world is happening, you know. But game designer, I think that when I was a child, I don't think that. I don't know. I think that yes, I think that because when I was the first contact with technology, I think that I was 18 years old, you know. And then when I was a child, I think that 10 or 12, I think 14, more or less. Yes, I think that I want to be a flight attendant. not nothing about computer technology. And I think that's important because and have more opportunity the child to other profession, the future professionals. Yes, awesome. Okay, this move on the second questions. Sarah, can you read?
Of course, what can we do to prevent that children use too much technology? If you had a child, what would you do about it? So for me, I think it's important to manage their time. Don't let them just be, like bored, like with nothing to do. It is important to give them activities because sometimes the internet is just a matter of distraction or feeling that you are doing something even though it's not so important. Sometimes it's just entertainment, and I would say if I had a kid, maybe I would try to spend quality time with them, maybe with some board activities. I know it's easier said than done because sometimes the kids are a lot of patience, a lot of work to have a handful of work. But yeah, I think the secret is not, don't let them get bored because the internet will be the first thing they will go to. The technology itself, it is really easy to each day it's becoming more easier to use, so it's a matter, a positive factor for kids to access. So maybe if you give them some activities, it could help.
Yeah, good. I agree with you. And about you, Luis?
Oh, I was muted again. Oh, and I agree with Sarah. Internet, it's it's a way, it's a device, it's a tool for distraction, and you can incentivize the kids use the internet, but do other things too, play soccer, ride a bike, walk with the dogs, and that's it. I think that it's a way to prevent the children to use too much, to build some habits for regular exercise. I think it's very important to incentivize a lot of practice that, for example, read a book. I think it's
Yeah.
very important because sometimes we are using internet and everything is too fast, a lot of information. You are rolling the Instagram and just pulling, I don't know how to say, you just jump in a lot of posts, but try to read a book, to incentivize to read a book, to play soccer, ride a bike. There's a lot of funny things, and that's it.
Yes. And about you, Leo?
Well, I believe that when children use so much technology, that of course could be very a little dangerous, um, especially if they don't enjoy the life outside the screens. Yeah, that's so important. I remember my childhood that I played I played soccer on the streets. Yeah, I I enjoyed kidding with other friends. A lot of kids activities on the street, and I don't know if this generation, these children, if they're going to enjoy as as much as we enjoyed in the past. Yeah, and then I believe technology needs to help us, but not to be the main thing of our lives. It's contradictory to say that because now, as as adults, we use technology all the day. Yeah, I wake up and since 8 a.m. I start to work until uh, on the night. Yeah, then I today we just deal with technology, but it's important to handle our time and understand how to deal. Yeah, how to deal with technology.
Yes, I agree of you. When my daughter was a child, she loved to play a game, board game. So all the time playing, and I needed to manage the time. Okay, you play if you do exercise after school, and then I think they manage the time, and then after play with your friends in the playground with the building. I think it's the balance. Yes, I think it's the balance we can. But the manage time. The manage time is important. Okay, can you read and move on to the third questions? Sarah, can you read the third questions?
Yes. In your opinion, how many hours a day should children use technology? Why do you think it's enough for them? So I have no experience with kids at all. And I don't know how to organize the routine, but maybe, I don't know, 2 hours. It seems like enough. For me, I'm trying to use less and I'm not a kid. It is like I could use for work, yeah, but not on social media and other things just to pass the time. I believe in using technology for something that matters. But as a kid, you don't have these responsibilities, so maybe it is important too. But less time, I would say two could be, in my opinion, could be enough because they have to do other activities. They have to spend some time with the family. Some kids have to go to school depending on the age. So maybe it's good enough, but I'm just guessing.
Yes. I agree with you because the kids will have a school, and if the school study in the morning, on the afternoon, it depends of the time. But yes, I think a lot of works, a lot of things to do. And for me, my daughter was a child, I think 2 hours per day. The managing your time, yes, because go back to school, lunch, sleep, do exercise, and after play board game. Yes. And about you, Leo?
Yeah, I believe if possible, children could be use technology in the maximum for 3 or 4 hours a day, maybe, and enjoy the other time of the day, studying, kidding, yeah, trying to make friends and do other things outside the screens. I believe that's important. But when you see a boy or girl using a cell phone or a video game all the day, for me that's not sound so well, because I can see the children not enjoying the life uh, as they could enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And about you, Luis?
We are talking about the number 3, all right?
Yes, yeah, the number 3.
Well, I don't know exactly how many hours, but I think I agree with you. I think about 2 hours could be good. Could be a good time, could be enough to use the internet in general, I think.
Yes, and I think that today is different because the kids, I think the school have activities in the, I think that have a website and have some activities at the internet different. When we were all of us here was a child, we don't have activities, studies, YouTube channel to research something, But I think that yes, I think that 2 hours. But think about the methodology today. We have more activity internet, because we have online school courses, and I think that this school today have more material, online material for the kids, and study more, play something. Yes, 2 or 3 hours. Yes, I think that they compare it when he was a child and the kids, the usually now compare the material we don't have. Yes, I think that's more time. Yes. So move on to 4th questions. Do you think children are losing their childhood because of technology? What are the impacts on their lives? So I replied the questions by experience of my nephews today. Yes, and we have some in family. We have some problems with my nephews because a lot of using the technology all the day. Only didn't the boys didn't go to study to do the exercises, and I think that my nephew have consumed some adult contents, and so a problem in your family. And my brother and manage and more in phases, you the, how can I say, the block your access the internet because of this, because the behaviors of the child was different, and yes, I think that I think that the children depends. I think it's not in general. It depend of each family. It depend of each child. Yes, but I think that compare of my time when I was a child, I think, because here in my street, I don't see the kids playing in the street more. Only the playground, only the cell phone, in the shopping, all the things you can see, the cinema, the school, all the time in use mobile phone. Yes, I think that I was more happy than when I was a child, because I go to play football, volleyball, ride a bike a lot, and I think our social media wasn't face to face. Was more fun, I think. But yes, but I like it. But I like technology. I think we have a lot of benefits, but I think it's danger if you not take care, manage the time. Yes, yes. And Leo, what about you?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And now it's so difficult to control what the children are doing on the internet, especially because when the children, when they are at school, and the students, all of them have a smartphone. It's difficult for the parents, and also to the teachers. Yeah, I have teachers in my family, and I've heard terrible things about what the children do inside of the class, without the teacher's vision. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the children use a smartphone to share things that they shouldn't. Yeah, to see things that they shouldn't see. And for example, I don't have a daughter or a son right now, but when you have, it's so difficult to control what is your son or daughter is doing uh, outside of home. Yeah, and what they are learning with more access to technology. Yeah, and here we are not talking about just one thing. Yeah, it's possible the children to learn or to have contact with things like adults contents, and also um, access to knowledge about arms. Yeah, about arms, about
Yeah.
drugs. Yeah, about a lot of things, bad things that children shouldn't have contact. Yeah, but throughout the internet, this is so much easier
Yeah.
to get in contact with everybody. Yeah, and also um, learn other things. Yeah, palavrões, a lot of things that children have more access with the internet. Then I believe internet it's so good, so important for everybody, but uh, we it's so hard, yeah, in the other hand, to control
Yeah.
what is good or bad to our children.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And about you, Sarah? Can you reply no, the question no?
Oh, not yet. That's tough because, like I said, the children have each one has the experience or the family who thinks in a different way, but I would say I think it's affect them because sometimes my nephew, for example, he is, if you let him, he will spend the whole day on TikTok watching all kinds of videos. Like some of them are just dumb, like silly or okay, but some videos can be harmful or have a type of content he shouldn't watch, So I think it is important to pay attention to that. And I'm really worried about the loss of focus because it's so easy to watch a video about 30 seconds and then move to the next one. And I think it's hard to concentrate eventually for especially the kids. But I've talked with some adults who said they couldn't focus after the pandemic or after some situations involving technology because technology makes our lives easier, but sometimes we also get bad habits, to save time. And sometimes it's not necessary to save that time because you should be in the process. You should learn, for example, with English, you should study, you should make mistakes. You need to have this phase, but if you want to find shortcuts, like the internet offers a lot with English, with making money, for example. So I think this type of mindset can really be harmful because everyone, especially the kids, are going to believe that could be so easy and so, so great. And in reality, it doesn't work like that.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. Thank you so much. And about you, Luis, what do you think about this first question?
I don't know exactly if the children are losing their childhood. I don't know. I think that the way that the children are growing up is changing, and we are learning in this process. There is no formula to educate to our children because everything that our parents use with us, we need to change. We need to learn again. And I don't know, sometimes I think yes. Yes, the children are losing the childhood, but sometimes I think that this is just a changing or in the way that the children are making friends, for example. And we need to, I'm sure that we need to monitor this because we really don't know who is in the other side, I think. And that's it. It's very hard.
Yes.
Very hard, but
we have a lot of benefits, but at the same time we'll have the other hand, the things not so good. Yes, they're difficult to control. Yes. So let's move on to 5 questions. Luis, can you read?
Of course. It's number 5, all right?
Yes, 5.
How does technology affect the communication between children with others? In your opinion, can children who use too much technology become adults that don't listen to people carefully at work or in another situation of their lives, and why? Oh, it's a hard question. It's a hard question because answer exactly how the technology are affecting the communication. That is, I think that could be good and bad sides, I think, because the technology are helping us to communicate better here on Talk and Talk, not just in English, I think. But if the children are, as I think Sarah said something about it, if the children are just getting the information from Instagram, for example, and rolling and jump into a lot of posts very fast, I think that this could be dangerous. I think. I don't know exactly if the children that use a lot of internet will have difficult to communicate, I think. I don't know exactly. I really don't know. This could be good or bad. But I think that depends of the people too. There's a lot of factors that it's difficult to relate exactly with internet. I think there's a lot of things that the children are going to school, the parents are incentivate the children to communicate or no. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I think that affect the communication between children and others. I think that affect because I think that most of people, not most of people, but don't have more patience with the more adults or the old person. You know, okay, it's more, all the things is more fast because we have a lot of information that we have access, and all the things is so fast to requests and to reply, and I think that the communication with more older adults, I think is more no patience for everything. Yes, I told you this because I have nephews, and I see the behavior with my brother and your mother, and with my mother, your grandmother, and no have more patience, all the things. Oh, okay, no have more. It's difficult to communication so fast, and the adults that don't live in this time, it's different. It's different. My father have 88 with the child. The child will have 10 years. Is the time is different, but the passion with the child with this type of person no have more, because I think the people more the behavior today that so fast the things, and I think that no have a patience to listen and to talking. I think I talking more about the observing the behavior of my family. Yes. And about you, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm with you because I was here thinking about the language, for example, we use on the internet. I have a good example when the Portuguese parents were concerned about their kids speaking Brazilian, because they were watching a lot of Lucas Neto, that is a Brazilian YouTuber. So they were saying like ônibus instead of autobus. I think that is something like this. So the parents were concerned about this influence because, in their words, like the kids were losing the Portuguese identity or something. I think that is a lot of prejudice there, because if the kids were speaking English, they wouldn't care so much, but the point here is that it has an influence that we can't deny. The internet can influence, especially the kids. So I would say they feel like sometimes the language is appropriate, or sometimes they feel like that's the way we communicate, but it doesn't apply to the school or other scenarios, So maybe the kids have to understand that the language is suitable for an environment, but not for others. And also the speed resource we have on WhatsApp, that is amazing because you can speed the audios, the voice messages. But it's also terrible because we get addicted to this, and when you communicate in real life, people don't speak it like this. Maybe they're French because they speak too fast, and they say they talk like crazy people sometimes, in my opinion. But in general, people make pauses. They have a type of communication now, so it's really different. And if you get used to just listen to people through WhatsApp, you can think, oh, that's why communication works now, especially for a kid, So it's really dangerous and something we should be aware of, all the benefits and also the risks.
Yes, thank you very much. And about you, Leo?
Yeah, I think that today technology affects a little bit the communication between not just children, but the the more recently the more recent generation. Yeah, um, I passed for a situation in my job uh, in the beginning of this week where internship, yeah, estagiário, yeah, where an internship, a very young person uh, uh, had a problem in the job, and this person was trying to solve this problem, avoiding the contact, the the physical contact. Yeah, for example, calling to to this other guy, or trying to require a call. This person was just trying to type, yeah, to resolve by WhatsApp and mail. And the problem should wouldn't be solved by a WhatsApp. And
Yes.
I yeah, and I asked for this guy, why don't you call to the other guy to solve the problem? Why don't you go to the office physically and try to conversate? Yeah, try to talk with this guy to solve this technical problem. And this person, this intern, just answered to me, because I don't like to talk so much. I prefer to talk by WhatsApp. Then from it was I was I was thinking, so that's so why this is so difficult for this new generation, yeah,
Yes.
because they are learning how to communicate by distance online. They just know
Yeah.
how to communicate online, and they don't like to talk so much. They don't like to interact with others. And then the problem became more and more complex because of the
Yes.
distance. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so bad. And then I believe that sometimes the technology can um, uh, uh, prejudice, yeah,
Yes.
some people.
Yes, and I agree with you that today that people don't like it to call because many of I think that in the job is internship the generation is more I think it's more difficult. Yes, a great experience that you have to share with us. So nice to know more, but you I think that's each of one have experienced the behaviors and the jobs and the family and yes, I think it's good. Yes, but I agree with you. Well, yes, is this in a generation the communications WhatsApp it's enough. Just
Yeah,
one
so
it's
it's
so
so much
funny.
easy. It's so much easy to talk and to resolve, yeah, the
Yeah,
situation,
yeah.
but they didn't.
Yes. But I think that these guys I think that need to learn in their job. That's WhatsApp is not the only way that they use a communication to solve problems. The job is important. If your
Hmm.
friends, if your family is the things, the other side. But in your job, no, I think that's
Yeah.
important to
and,
talk.
and and the crazy is the argument of this guy. It's why, so I'm thinking that he's thinking that the problem. And so why are you thinking that he's thinking something? Why don't you call to him to confirm his opinion, yeah, and not to suppose online by distance? That's so crazy.
It's so funny. Oh my god. So I think that's more time for the last question. I think the sixth question. So are the children abandoning their toys or because of technology? Will there be any impacts of it on toys mark in the future? I think I think that my experience with my child, my daughter when I was a child, I buy for her toys and other things that I think that I don't know the name in English, so sorry. Boneca, how can I say boneca? Boneca.
In English, I really don't know. Let's gonna see.
Boneca. Can you know, Sarah? Boneca. Doll.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember Annabelle, the movie.
Thank you so much. Yes, the doll, and my daughter didn't like the doll. In the some toys that I buy for her and didn't like it. I think more like the computer to play Barb game all the time. And the other game that love it was, how can I say? And the other game that is so famous, it's hours playing this game. Didn't play with your doll when the other toys that we have. Yes, my experience of my life with my daughter. Yes, I think that with toys and computer and the mobile phone, I think the kids prefer the mobile phone, the computer than toys. Yes. And about you, Sarah?
I'd say it depends on how the parents raise the kids. For example, my cousin, she has 2 kids, and she's always making paintings and making draws like animals to help them learn, and to read and how to make the associations. Like, oh, this is a lion, this is a tree, or something like this. I think that's great. But for other families, like, because she's a stay-at-home mom, so she has the time to this. But if you work outside, if you have a routine in other things that staying at home, I believe that it's harder, and it's not like you should feel guilty because you're letting your kids spend some time with technology. It happens. We have to work to make money.
Yeah.
To provide. And I would say I've never thought about the toys market, but it's a good point, actually. I think it makes sense that in the future they will have to think in other options, maybe more associated with technology, for example, something that can replace like the machine that took pictures, like the camera we had before, that it's not so popular right now, like Kodak. They had to create other products, so maybe that's the solution. Think about options that can be interesting for kids, and innovate.
Yes.
It's the way to go.
I agree with you. As the future of this market, we need more innovation to create the other types of the toys. Yes, for this generation. Yes. And about you, Leo?
Yeah, maybe that's one of the biggest challenges that these markets have, because I can see, I forgot, He Happy, yeah, and other stores.
Yes.
He
Yes, I
Happy
know.
and other stores starting to suffer so much with the losing of sales. I know that because some years ago I participated in a project in my job where consulting, consultoria, yeah, consulting was saying to us that He Happy was suffering so much with the losing of sales, and this it was starting a lot of years before pandemic. This is this is not because of pandemic. It was a normal movement of the markets. Happy is losing money because of the video game. Yeah, and so that's so crazy, and I don't know. It's so hard to say that children will stop to play with physical kitties physical toys, yeah, but I believe the things will be more and more digital, especially now kids are trying to play with VR, yeah, VR
Yes,
glass,
I was thinking about that now. The
yeah,
metaverse. Do you think
yeah.
the metaverse is the next choice with the kids?
Maybe
But
it
so
could be,
expensive, but so expensive. This,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
this
because no, go ahead, sorry.
no, I think that's this metaverse is so expensive for our everyone that don't have money to
Yeah,
buy these types of the to enjoy of the VR. You know, I think this type of these toys is not for everyone. For
yeah,
example,
I
in
would say
Brazil,
the
yeah,
same thing. I would say the same thing because we have a lot of different,
yeah,
yeah, different of money conditions between
yeah,
families in Brazil, and it's so difficult to affirm that, for example, video games, metaverse, and other digital technologies will replace totally the physical toys. Yeah, but
yeah,
will maybe will replace totally for rich people, rich families, but for
yeah,
the other sides of Brazil, that is the majority, will not, and
yeah,
we're going to see the physical toys
yeah.
um, prevailing, yeah, prevailing right now. And I really enjoy so much physical toys. I really enjoy
Yes,
pipa, peão, yeah, bola.
yes.
I really enjoy so much.
I don't know, and jump with a pula corda. You know, I don't know speaking English this pula corda,
Yeah,
elástico. I think there's other types of, but I think that's depend of the new fathers, this generation to teaching the kids that we have a lot of options of toys, and I think that you can try this and try this. Not only I think that we have a digital moment, but I think the father needed to present of the kids this experience, yes, the other toys, yes. So yes, guys, I think the time is finished. So thank you so much for we come here, for being here. It's a pleasure. So I hope you like this topic. So I share with the chat the survey that we can share your technology or feedback or suggestions with the next Friday. We have another topic to talk with tech talks, and yes, so thank you so much for being here the next
thank
Friday.
you,
Bye
Thank you.
thank
It was
bye.
you. Bye
amazing, Karina
bye.
and
See you.
Lau.